Hey. This is Lisa A, and you're listening to Who's That Star on LCC Connect at Lansing Community College. Who's That Star is a behind-the-scenes show where I sit down and talk with the employees at the college. This is an inside look at LCC where you will have a chance to learn about their passions, projects, what inspires them both at work and in their personal lives. I'm your host, Lisa Alexander. I'm so excited to get a chance to talk to all the people who make LCC great. This show is for you to get to know the people that work at Lansing Community College a little bit more and see what makes them tick. Are you ready? Okay, let's go see who's today's star. Today on Who's That Star, I have one of my mentors that's from LCC. This star helped me when I was a new advisor, trying to figure out how to navigate all of these different classes and programs. And she was one of the people that always assisted me with a smile and made me feel like I could be good at this job. So I always want to thank her for that and just feeding into me. But this star lives just 3 miles from where she was born, north of St. John's, Michigan. She went to Aquinas College in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and earned a Bachelor's of Science degree in biology. She then went to MSU and earned a Master's of Science in biology. This star has worked at LCC for 46 years. Wow, can you believe that? I can't believe someone has actually worked 46 years at one place. People don't tend to do that anymore. She describes that her education allowed her to teach really cool stuff. And this star also farms with her husband. They have an assortment of animals that she describes mostly as pets. They also farm soybeans, black beans, corn, and hay, sometimes wheat. She sings in 3 choirs, like she's got a lot of time available after all of the stuff that she does. But she does so much stuff and helps so many people and just a good person. I know you can't wait to hear who we have today, so drum roll, please. Today's star is
Lu Anne Cuthbert.
Thank you, Lou, for coming on Who's That Star today. We're just so happy to have you here. You ready to get started?
Yep, I'm quite excited. This is going to be fun.
It is going to be fun because, both of us, we can talk. So I'm going to have to try to rein it in. But can you tell me about your work at LCC? What are your roles here?
Well, that's a great question. I've got a few. I'm currently the one of the co-program chairs for physical science with Alan O'Keefe. We try to keep those people in line. And I am a program advisor in science and math, and I do some for the division as well. Mostly the biology, ag tech, vet nursing, those kinds of things. But I've dabbled in pretty much every degree we have. Mm-hmm. And I teach in the science department, several of the biologies, and in the physical sciences as well. And why Lisa and I are friends is because I've been an academic advisor here pretty much ever since we've had academic advisors here.
Right.
Like 30-something years. So that's probably one of the funnest roles of all.
So what is physical science?
That's a really good question. It's anything that is in biology, I think.
And that's what I was wondering. So is that like geography and geology?
Yep, that's exactly what it is. Yep, geology, geography, physics, astronomy, several courses we call integrated science. I do one of those because it's a little bit of all of them. And I'm missing something. No, I think that's what we are. We're
So biology will prepare you to be able to teach a physical science, or were you lucky, or?
Yeah, kind of. No, when you're a biologist, if you're a biology major, you minor in chemistry. It's a given. You pretty much have to. And so that's part of the physical science, right? And then you also take at least a year of physics. And in ISci, we're not doing any physics that's beyond, we're practically hardly even getting to what I had taken. So I had to teach myself or sit in on other classes to learn the things like the astronomy part and especially the earth science part. I love the earth science part. And I might have even considered doing that as a major if I wasn't a biologist. So, but yeah.
No, I was just saying, like, I didn't realize until I became an advisor how much a biology degree is made up of chemistry. Like,
oh, tons.
You know, and I never knew that. Like, I didn't really understand. I was like, okay, chemistry is a chemistry degree. Biology is a biology degree, and never really understood the differences until I got here.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
so,
it's really strange though, because as a biology, we all minor in chemistry, but the chemists can get their whole degree without taking any biology.
Yeah, that's great.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
But to me, and I don't know, it just seems like the biology degree, and I'm not trying to start no stuff, so people out here don't get mad at me. But it just seems like the biology degree is like more versatile, like to be able to get into different things. And
I agree, and I was so excited when I went to MSU because my bachelor's was in biology. So when I get to MSU and I applied to zoology, I don't even know why, and they turned me down. They said I hadn't had enough, but they said, we're starting this new college, which is actually leading to the next question. They said, we're starting this new graduate program. It's the College of Biology and Math Teaching, or Science and Math Teaching, I guess it was. And they said, you could do that and you could get your degree in biology. And I said, fantastic. So I was able to go and take all kinds of different courses. So I took a bunch of zoology, but I also took electron microscope, and I took some dairy science stuff, and I took some physiology, and it was amazing the cool stuff I could do, which was leading up to teaching college, which I hadn't considered before. And I'm so glad that I did.
Did you go right from your bachelor's to your master's program?
Kind of. I graduated early from the bachelor's in January or December, so I had a year, not quite a year, that I could mess around, see if there's any jobs. Nah, there wasn't. But that's when, and I was thinking of vet school, but that didn't, and I took the VAT test, did really great on it, but I didn't have enough background in that either. So sort of just fell into this grad school thing, and was the best thing ever.
Well, yes, you've been here for 46 years. So how did you get started at LCC?
Well, when I was in grad school, they said, even though I had taken calculus, they said I didn't have enough math, which didn't make any sense to me. But I said, okay, what should I do? And they said, you need a statistics course. And they said, but don't take it here. It costs too much. Take it at LCC. And I'd heard of it, LCC, because I grew up here. My brother went here, but I'd never been here. And so I took a night class at LCC in statistics, loved it, got out of MSU early because I think you could park here free here or something because it was night maybe. But anyway, and so I studied in the science building and said, this place is pretty cool. I might not apply here. And that was it. And I did apply there, and they needed an anatomy physiology instructor, and bingo. That was my first semester.
So you came in as a full-time person, like no adjunct?
No. I did 10 years of adjunct. I did my time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. But that's a part of it. Like, I think people, have this idea that you get out and you get into teaching college full-time and all of that. It's like you got to work your way up through the ranks and
exactly
get
known. Have the experience. Yep.
Yeah. Now, being here, because like I said, and I don't want to keep harping on the 46 years, but to me, it's amazing. Like the dedication. And I mean, it has to say something to LCC too, that you stayed here this long. Like, what do you like most about what you do here at LCC?
All of the people, or most of the people. I mean, we have family in advising. I mean, we're family. That's just the bottom line. And science, it used to be more like that when my kids were younger and we could bring kids to campus and stuff. I teach with a guy that was friends with my kids because his mom taught here, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But still, the people in science are wonderful. And the best, of course, is the students.
Yeah.
Every time you're in class and somebody gets an idea or says something, I had a student a few weeks ago, he's in my environmental science, who said, you've made me weird. I said, I really have to blame you. You've made me weird. I said, what are you talking about? And he says, now he questions things. He'll see litter or he'll see his friends doing something, or he'll say, wait, you can recycle that. And I said, oh, that kind of weird. He goes, yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
But you made me weird.
But I think that's wonderful. I mean, I think that's what a college instructor really does. Like, when you think about that, it's somebody that opens your eyes to a new idea.
Exactly.
And it lets you explore it and then see how you fit into that, right?
Exactly.
And it gives you so many different opportunities. And it's exciting for me because I get to see it through Michaela's eyes now, where when she's really, like, I don't know what they doing in that forensic anthropology, but she comes home talking about that class all the
that's
time.
so cool.
And, you know, you just see how it lights up. And this semester especially, she's really been engaged by all of her instructors. And it's so important. And I know how you do such a good job as far as, like, making sure that your class is engaging with students and that they get something out of it. And that's just so important.
I think that's what it is. And I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's other instructors that are in other disciplines that are good because I've seen them.
Yeah.
But in science, we're hands-on.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, we got to make it hands. Even my online class, I ship them this whole box full of weird stuff. Little, like a Matchbox car and straws and things that they may or may not have in their house. And every week they are doing labs. And they have to take pictures. They're really into it now, and take pictures and show me that, hey, I did the lab. And I don't like it when we have to do a computer simulation because I can't mail them a stream table. Right. But, you know, but yeah, that's what makes teaching science at least so much fun, is you're touching it, you're doing it. And in my environmental science, they're touching, doing, and discussing it. And it's just amazing to see the light bulbs. I mean, several times there were students that the only change they made in their life is they took their beer cans back for the 10 cents. That's cool. They took the beer cans back for the 10 cents, you know? And I said, instead of throwing them in a corner or whatever they might do with, or throwing them on the road. So I like just the little pieces parts, you know, we got them outside, we got them in the water, we got them to see worms, whatever.
Or think about, you know, how stuff it impacts how we live. And
exactly.
So I just think that, I think
that's what makes it so much fun and why I still do it.
Yeah, I guess, because I know if I could have retired, but that's all another story. But so what is life like for you outside of working at Lance Community College?
Oh, well, you mentioned farming. So every morning my part of the menagerie is some poultry and 2 goats. And well, we've got cats and dogs too. So I've got to feed everybody on our properties in several locations. So my husband handles the big things, the pigs and the few cattle that we have. But I get the birds are my things. So I go out and I let my chickens, they sleep in various places. I let them out. And then I, of course, got to feed them and feed the goats, and I talk to them. And so I like to do that in the light, but sometimes you can't. You got to do it in the dark. So I've got solar lights all over the place that come on when I go by, and I wear the headlamp. But you got to talk to them all. And the goats, they want their hug in the morning. Yeah, they're like there's only 2 of them, but they're like German shepherds kind of. They just got to have their hug, and then they get their hay, and then they're happy. But yeah, so that's the morning, whether I'm coming in here or working at home or whatever. But soon it's spring, and then I will be following my husband around as he moves. He calls it moving equipment, and he's got to take the tractor, because it's pretty much a one-man operation. So he's got to take the tractor up to a field because they're not next to each other. And so we do that. And then I pick him up, and then he comes back, and then he's got to take the grain cart or whatever up to the field. And then we got to come back, and then we got to get his vehicle to take it to the field so he can come home for lunch or whatever. And so And then in the fall, we'll do it all again. Of course, we got to bring it all home.
Right.
And then in the fall, we'll do it all again because we got to take the combine up to the field. And then we got to get the semi truck up to the field. Yeah, it's a lot of following things.
Well,
it's very boring.
You talked about you took in your master's program, I think, like a dairy class.
Yeah, I did.
Were you into farming before you
I grew up on a farm.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
I grew up on a farm, and we had, at first when we were little, we had dairy cows, but there's no money in that. So Dad went into pigs and cattle, and I got a lot of this pet stuff from him because his cattle were very, very friendly. And we named some of the pigs, not very many, but I grew up in that. So one of the cool things I love, because I think that's a later thing we're going to talk about, is now we can go to these events, the seed companies and the soybean association, and these people, they have these events, and it's all science. I didn't know this growing up. I didn't even think about it.
Right.
That how much science is in here. So I'm learning all about the experiments that they're doing to see which seeds grow better, and all this GMO and all of this other stuff, what it's all about. And that some things make a difference in what you're planting, and some things you just can't do anything about. It's like, well, it's going to come up or it's not going to come up. And all of that kind of thing, and how they've got now corn and seeds and all these different things that you can spray things on that you couldn't before, and that will mature faster, and that will defend against funguses and all these things that are all science. But it's important because that's the food we're going to eat.
Right. And I'm interested in, and that's a whole nother conversation. I don't think we got time for it today, because I'm not even going to go down that trail. But it is interesting to learn about the food that we eat, and I think it's so much important. It's important now because food is so expensive, right? Like, it's an investment,
and the farmers aren't getting that money either.
No, and that's the thing about it. It's like, how? Yeah, no, okay. See,
Don't
I'm about
there.
to go. Down
you're
there.
going down that hole.
Stop it, Lisa. Yep. Okay, I'm about to stop. Let me go and ask you, what are your hobbies, and how did you get into them? Because I don't seem like you could do any other hobbies. You already...
Yeah, well, see, you don't know how dirty my house is, so we're not going to go that hole either.
We're not going to go down there.
I love to crochet. And that's something that one of the other questions that was in here was what calms you. And so I bring crocheting to the meetings. I do it in a long car ride, whatever, watching a movie, which I don't watch movies much. But anyway, and that does calm me.
It does.
Gives me something to do. I'm about as ADD as you are, baby, worse.
Yeah.
And so that's a hobby, though, because then I make cool stuff. So I've got a wedding shower this weekend, and I've got an Afghan that I can take to the bride. And I just gave our colleague the baby Afghan.
Beautiful.
And I think that will go over well. And I've got a niece getting married, some undetermined date, so got one almost done for her. So it's useful, and it calms me, and it's a hobby, I guess. And I learned it from my grandmother. And when I went to Florida, I took Lauren's project with me, but I couldn't take Grandma's crochet hook because I've had it since I was 8. And I didn't want them to confiscate it at TSA.
Oh, right.
So I just took a plastic one, and they didn't even know I had it. They were going to confiscate my sugar instead. But anyway, but anyway, that's one of them. And I love to read, and that's probably what keeps my house dirty most of the time. Is if I get spare minute, I'm reading something.
You got to pick your battles, Yeah. And at the end of the day, who cares, about a clean
we just
house.
Don't want anybody in the house.
I say don't call. I mean, call before you come, because you may not get in if you don't call.
Exactly.
But what is a subject that you like to geek out about, or a topic that you love to learn about?
Well, agriculture was one of them, but another one is music. And I know I would never have majored in music, but I'm in the 3 choirs.
Yeah.
And one of the directors does 2 of them, and he's the elementary music teacher in Lanesburg. So He's always going on, and some of the people get really upset, but I love it when he's telling us, where did this come from? What's the origin of this? What does this Latin word mean? All this cool stuff. And I even took a music theory class here, which was like, whoa, stretch. But there's a lot of math in it, and a lot of and physics. There's math in music, and there's physics in music. You don't want to do it. No, seriously, it's not hard math or hard physics, but it's there. And so I like the origins and what does this song mean and that kind of stuff. So maybe that's one of my geek outs besides agriculture. Yeah,
that's interesting. What's one of the most daring things you've ever done?
Oh, I picked that one because I am terrified of heights. I'm just horribly terrified of heights. But the only time my kids and I had spring break at the same time, we went, because they were all at LCC, we went down to Key Largo and decided to go to Key West and is it parasailing when you're on a boat?
Yeah.
And we did it. And I'm terrified. My son went up with me. I was terrified, but I loved it. I'd do it again.
Would you?
And then they called their dad and he said, your mom did not do that. Because he knew how terrified I was of heights. And he's helped me down open stairs and things before. So he knew. And they said, Dad, we got video. Yeah, she did.
You didn't believe it, but we got
for
video.
Me, that's a daring thing for me.
That's cool. Well, this is an interesting question. You've been working here 46 years, okay? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Retired, maybe, hopefully.
Oh, we'll see. Probably, yeah. I'll be kind of old by then, but maybe. One of the things I kind of wanted to mention was those mission trips that I do. And I see myself spending more time in probably Guatemala if my friend is still there. She's older than I am, so maybe she won't still be there. But if she's still there, I see myself spending more time down with those wonderful people. I have all kinds of Facebook friends. Mm-hmm. Every time I go, there's all these people going, Lou, and I get hugs everywhere. So I think I'd like to spend a month I spent a month before once when I was on sabbatical. And it was so cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Like, I'm just, like, I knew you did that. I think I forgot about that you did that. But I guess are you doing it through a church? Are you doing it through?
Some of it, yeah. When I was there on sabbatical, the first few trips, I just took my kids at various, different kids at different times because my friend was there.
Okay.
I met her here. She taught here too.
Okay.
But now she's there full time. And we just did stuff, helped her where she needed help and spent 2 weeks each trip. But then she said, why don't you do sabbatical down here? I said, yeah, that's awesome. So I went down and taught science and taught English and basically helped with whatever. And a group from Novi, Michigan, she said, we got a team coming down and you're going to love this. They're from Novi, Michigan. And I said, whoa, cool. Yeah. And we hit it off big time. So I still did my classes. They helped me with my classes, but I helped them with their building project and their medical stuff that they were doing. And so the next year they said, Lou, you want to come back with us? And I said, yeah. And so I think I've made maybe 5 or 6 trips with them.
Wow.
I can't go this year because it's the same time as one of my concerts, but I will hopefully come back with them next year. I went with them last year.
Oh, yeah.
And so I've done that, but I've also just gone down on my own. And one time we hooked up with that was when the landslides were. So we hooked up with a Chinese team from New York, or from Long Island, actually. And so I helped them and I was even an interpreter. That was really a stretch, but
I bet.
But we got some houses done. And then another time her son and her granddaughters wanted to go. They're in Nashville. So I met them in Nashville and we all went down and joined the Texan team, which was a huge Texan team. They're from East Texas. We couldn't understand a word they said. But anyway, I was doing better with the locals than I was with them. But they were fantastic, well organized, just amazing. And I got to be Baptist for a week. So that was really cool. But it's whatever's needed. That's what I do.
And and enjoyed going down there and helping.
Exactly.
Wow. I think that's amazing. It seems like a lot of people from LCC will go down and
there's a few.
Like a Landis does that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm always running into somebody that says, oh, yeah, have you done that? In fact, I was just in the science office and an instructor said, oh, you've been to Guatemala? Have you been to Guatemala? And so, yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
Well, I know we kind of talked about this before, but what calms you? Is that going to, because I don't see nothing. Only thing I can say is like what you had mentioned with the crochet.
Yeah.
Do you knit?
Oh, I've never figured that out. Grandma tried to teach me, and then what's her name in English tried to teach me. People have tried to teach me, and I can make a piece of string, and that's about it. So no, and I'm not good in crocheting with anything that's not square. I mean, somebody gave me some books to make animals and junk, and I probably could. But why would I? I could make squares.
It cause you more stress. It cause you relax.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So.
Trying to follow a pattern. Maybe someday when I really retire. But they're not exactly video games. I like word games.
Oh, okay.
And so every day I've got to do my crossword puzzles online, and I do them on paper sometimes. But I like it online because then you can check them. So it's easier. But like Wordle and those kinds of things. Okay. I got to play those every day, and it's twofold. One is usually at night I'll do like solitaire or some word games or something because it does calm me down, and then I could go to sleep. If I come right home from choir practice and try to go to sleep, it's not going to work. Yeah, kind of stuff. Or what I used to teach at night, I couldn't do it. So those will calm me down. But the real goal is I'm getting older, and I don't want my brain to not click.
Right.
And so if I could do these games and I set times for myself, okay, I want to do this in 2 minutes, or I'm going to do this in 1 minute, kind of stuff. It's both calming and it's reassuring that. Yeah, you're still okay.
Hey,
got it.
Yeah, right.
You
I'm
got
still
it.
on this. I'll let you know. If you could hire someone to help you, would it be with cleaning, cooking, or yard work?
Oh, gotta be cleaning. Oh my gosh. I want a housekeeper. Yeah.
That's me. I mean, but I think that that's a small price to pay. I think for all the things that you do for others and the donating of your time and just being there, like you will help a student. You go above and beyond to help students, and I think that that's just like a good thing that you do. It's like it's one of the things that I admire because students have positive things to say about you. They not saying you easy because you're not.
Oh,
easy,
no way.
but they learn and they're engaged.
Thank you.
And so, I just wanted to just have you on here because, one, I think you're cool. I think that you love what you do and you can see it. And so that's one of the things that's important.
Right. And once in a while we'll get some affirmation, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I like watching you guys because I can learn more about advising and try to do that extra mile thing there too.
Yeah, but you've been advising from the beginning. So you forgot more than, I know now, but it's just reassuring to have you. You've dedicated a lot to LCC. You put in a lot of hard work, or they say blood, sweat, and tears to make this a good place. And it's it's an honor to work with you.
Well, thank you, ma'am. Same back at you.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you on here. And do you have any parting words before we go?
Take science? I don't know. They have to take science. We're good. We're golden, right?
Yeah, that's right.
No, I just want to say thank you for asking me. This has been very fun, just as I thought it would be.
All right. Well, thanks again. You've been listening to Who's That Star? I'm Lisa A., and you can listen to this episode of Who's That Star and other shows from LCC Connect anytime online at lccconnect.org. Thank you for listening. Catch me next time to find out who's that star.